Today's episode may be the most important message I have shared on the podcast so far. This is not talked about enough in the church, at least in my experience. And it's something that, as Christians, it's crucial for us to be educated on, because we are diving into the topic of spiritual warfare and the attack that is currently happening in your life and on your mind specifically. Whether you realize it or not, you are in the middle of a spiritual battle right at this very moment. If you are a Christian, you are God's representative here on earth. There is someone who does not like God, and therefore he does not like you. In other words, you have an enemy. In the Bible, Peter is recorded warning the early church to be alert and of sober mind. He said, "Watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour." I have a note here that says, when you transferred out of Satan's realm and into Christ's kingdom, you became a target. Satan wants to keep you from advancing God's kingdom on earth. He wants to destroy you. The Bible says the enemy comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. Perhaps they're not teaching this much in church because that could scare off new believers. But the problem with that is if you are ignorant to the fact that you have an enemy who is leading a spiritual battle against you, you are probably not winning that battle. Especially because as you draw closer and closer to God, the enemy is only going to increase his efforts to thwart that. In Ephesians chapter 6, it tells us that the devil schemes. When I looked up schemes in my Greek dictionary, some of the other translations also said cunning arts, craft, trickery, and deceit. And how do you deceive someone? You lie to them, right? Well, that checks out, because this is what Jesus said about Satan. There is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language. For he is a liar and the father of lies.